Hi Stampers, this is Karen Phillip. I'm a Stampin Up Demonstrator and I'm pleased to show you how to make this card. And the technique today is a very old and simple technique called Emboss Resist. And that is this side of the card. And here is our little sample for club. Let's get started. Like I said, this is a very old technique and it's still a cool one. Alright, so we were using the Autumn Leaves stamp set and the Autumn Leaves dies. It's not a bundle, but it's in the annual catalog 24-25. So what I'm doing is taking a white piece of cardstock, and you're not going to be able to see some of this, and I have the leaf that's in that stamp, and I have an embossing buddy. I will just quickly buddy it, and that takes any static off of the cardstock. And then I will take the Versamark, and this is where you won't be able to see much at all. I'm inking it up pretty well, stamping it, turning. This is I can't see myself. Multiple different copies so you can get them going in different directions. So I always turn the paper. It's easier to, and then we've got it all together. It's easier for me. Okay, so that way they just go in weird directions. Okay, now that you can't see that, now I'm taking the embossing powder. I had a hard time seeing it myself. Okay, and I'm just scooping it out. You never want to lay the paper down. It will not work very well for you. And then I'm just scooping, and you can see sort of where the embossed parts will be. Sort of. Alright, so what I like to do is, for big pieces like this, I will take a piece of, this is just cardboard with aluminum foil on it, and I just taped it on the back, and that helps you from getting burnt, and it keeps the paper a little more flat. And that gets hot, but that doesn't matter because it's aluminum. Okay, so now I'm going to emboss it, and I want to give you a couple tips for embossing. When you emboss, you want to heat it up for just a smidge, and then you don't want to go like this because it won't heat up nicely. You start on one end, and when it starts to turn shiny, then you move it along the entire piece. Once it's all heated up, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it. Yeah, a little bit you can see it. It's all shiny now. Okay. So we're going to take that piece, and now we're going to sponge it over the embossed area. I'm using 3 colors: Wild Wheat, Granny Apple Green, and Pecan Pie. It's kind of an odd combination, but the colors turned out kind of cool. I'm using Wild Wheat first. It helps to take a block, grab your ink off of the block, and then you have it right there. It seems to go further when you do it that way. So I'm just grabbing the ink, and in swirly motions for this, I'm just doing some random circles. They don't have to be in any specific order or rhyme or reason, and you want to leave some white spots. I will wash this off with water when I'm finished. Okay, next we will do Granny Apple Green. You don't have to go from light to dark, it just seems to work better though. Alright, we're going to take some of the ink from that. Hope that's enough. And now we're going to grab our ink. It brightens it up a little bit. And now you can see the flowers popping out, or the leaves I mean, the part that we embossed. And again, kind of random, you want to leave some of the gold and some of the green. And now we'll top it off with pecan pie, I don't know, I say pecan. And we'll take this one. I'm just going to dab it. It does work better with the block, but I'm just doing some little bitties here, just a little bit, just to give it a little bit of dimension with that extra color in it. Just a tiny bit. It looks like it needs a... There we go. Okay. And then we will also take our pecan pie, and there are some twigs, or actually these are like the veins for the leaves. We're going to stamp some of those in between these leaves here. Not a lot, but just kind of adds a little bit here, I think. I'll put one like right there. And so it just, like I said, it adds a little bit to the pattern. Next, we will take off any excess ink. You can do this with a napkin or a wipe. If you use a wipe, you only want to go on the embossed area. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it. So like this one's real bright now. I'm going to do this one and see there's only 2 leaves done, but you can see the brightness, the difference of the brightness. And that's just removing the ink. Tiny, tiny bit of the wipe you use. If you get it on the paper, it will not have a good result because it could, there, that's all you need. It could, if you did it that way, it'll make the paper kind of, oh, what do you want to call it? Pilly. It makes it real pilly and takes it off. Okay, for the inside, I have 2 options for the inside. When I first cut this out, I had a 3 3/4 by 5, and I had an extra piece after I was finished with it, and so that's what I put on the inside, like on the side like that. So you can do that or just stamp this on it. Now we're just going to assemble it. I use the, what do you call it, plaid embossing folder, and it's a new folder. It's pretty cool. It's very big. I don't have it out, but it's 6 by 8.5 or 9. It's very big. It's the same size as your platform, but it does a cool job. So we're gluing on that texture piece. Again, you can't see much here. And then we will just tape on the, I think it'll be fine, our snail, or no, what's it called? Stampin', what do you call it? Stampin' adhesive. I can't remember what it's called. I know there's Stampin' Plus. No, that's the real sticky one. I don't know. Anyway, I'll put it in my website with all the stuff, oh my goodness, I just brain freeze here. Okay, I'll put it in the list. So now we have that glued on, and then I have these leaves that are in the dies, and these the veining is its own die. They cut out pretty easily actually, and we're going to use some dimensionals on the back. Don't need a ton. They're sticky. Well, I'm using a lot actually. More than I need to, I'm sure. They're just coming off and they're all sticky. Alright, I'll just put one more on this side. Oh, there's still one on my finger. Okay, more than we need, I'm sure. And then we are going to put that on the right side. Oh, come on. There, they come right off. Did I get them all? Yes. And we'll put that up here. And then, I'm going to turn this over so it looks better. And then we're going to put this one on, kind of on the other side. So just a little bit of the plaid shows, but it's enough to give it some cool texture. Okay. And then this one I'm going to go this way, over that little bit on the stem. And then I have a sentiment that is cut out. There's a frame for it. And now when I put this on, I'm going to glue half and put a dimensional on the right side of it, because if you do 2 dimensions, it'll be kind of wonky. So I'm just putting one on the right side, because it'll be popping up, and then a little bit of adhesive on the left side, and that way it'll be all even. And that's it for the card. It's very simple, but it's a fun technique, and you can do it in any color combination you'd like. So thanks for watching, and have a great day.